Hi guys, I just thought it's early hours of the morning, it's around the 5 o'clock mark, I think. So I thought I'd just, while it's fresh in my mind, show you how quick and effective it is in logging a sales activity into your HubSpot. And then I'll talk to the end of this video. It's up to you completely if you want to listen to my perspective on logging activity as a sales professional or not. Excuse the casual attire. I've just got back from the gym. So anyway, let me share my screen. Okay, so you're in the your HubSpot now, and for this video, I'm just going to do purely just on the computer opposed to your phone app, which is probably even quicker. So all you do here is you click into your account, and I'm going to select an account. Let's talk about. I'll just do one for. Let's see if I'm there as a customer. Let's go. There we go. A moment. There you go. Stephanie's here as a customer. So I'm going to click on. You can see the account name here. I'm just going to put in a logger call, which will bring up in the dashboard some different options, as you can see: activity, notes, emails, calls, tasks. So in this one, I'm going to actually log a meeting. Actually, just for an example, so we have a meeting. Once I click the meeting, create meeting, and then I can call it follow-up test. You click on the time, click on who was attending. So in this case, Stephanie was the attendance. Duration. Write some notes. Update on Azora product and discuss opportunities. Account review over last 6 months. Made time to visit and will forward info and meeting requests. Okay, so with this here, you can actually also attach any information. You can actually do a video, a connection to it, whatever you like, insert a link, whatever you want to add to it. So in this case, we're not going to do that. We're going to click save. So as you can see, it's now saved as an activity. So we've logged an activity within 2 minutes maximum. I want to set myself a task to follow up. So I can set up a task by clicking create task. And I want to do it in 3 business days. So I'll just confirm meeting next week, send agenda. If I've got an agenda complete, I can actually attach that to the notes, and again it just links through. So that's about there. That's everything there. I don't think, I don't need that to do, no, high priority, it's a high priority, queue, don't need to do a queue there. Right. Put a title on there. Okay, so title's done. So I may just drop down with different options. I'm going to just say follow up in 2 days, actually. Go from there. I can set another reminder. It continuously reminds me. So down here, I can say 30 minutes before it's due, an hour before, a day before. All right, create. So now it's logged the task. So again, within under 5 minutes, I've logged a activity, which is my next steps. And the other one I've done is set myself a task, which automatically populates through to my calendar because I have my calendar linked and go from there. All the other functions, obviously pretty self-explanatory down the side. Account up, account owner, things like responsibility. Drop down boxes, look, predominantly in asset finance, that's in specialties, product, subprime and near prime, cash flow finance. So it's going to go from there. There's probably an opportunity for home loans there. So again, I could set a task and allocate it over to Lee to do a follow-up as well. So that's it, and then just click save, and that's it. So in under a couple of minutes, we're all good to go. I want to talk to just the topic of using CRM. I'll talk about it in 2 perspectives, one from a sales perspective, salesperson's perspective, and the other one from the leadership perspective. As you know, I've been in both of those spaces, and there's different opinions on using CRMs. Often I hear within sales teams, oh, look, they're just micromanaging me. These are the objections I hear, so the negative stuff. Micromanagement, they're going to use it against me to kind of get me out of a role. And there's no purpose. No purpose. No one reads my notes anyway. Those are the most 3 common ones. So I'll talk to each one. They're using it to micromanage me. Well, I can clearly tell you from a leadership perspective, that's not the case. What happens in most businesses I see, particularly when they're kind of in the infancy stage, they just start getting good traction, they often start with these structures aren't really in play. The CRM is not really there. There's some success comes, business starts to grow. And then what happens, I see, is there's a bottleneck that starts to occur on a very regular basis. They get the portfolio of the salesperson up to a certain point, but then they find that the previous operating system of reactiveness doesn't work any longer. So they've got to be more strategic and tighter with their timeframes. Then what happens is normally a bit of resistance because the sales team are encouraged to be logging CRM notes, and you get that slight pushback. But they're looking at it from probably a negative perspective. From a sales professional's perspective, it's a tool. It's a tool that can provide you with more efficient way of doing your business. It's collective, and it's basically for future use as well. So, for example, if you expand your area and you've got to hand over certain accounts, what does the new account owner have to go by as far as history with the account if there's nothing kind of stored there? Details, contact details, previous activity. And anyone that's been in sales for a long time knows that they've been handed an account, and often when you walk in, you go, oh God, I wish I knew that before I actually called the client. So there's benefits to it, but the other one is that particularly how effective it is in task management. You start using this and it actually frees up your headspace, it frees up your time, and you become more effective at what you do. The key to this, and it's something I used to do in a previous role, and I used to run reports every 3 months of all visits. I'd give those reports to the salesperson, and then I'd also run their settlement report. So what would happen is the salesperson, and again, I wasn't using it to a tool to say, look, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. I'd actually give it to the salesperson and say, look, have a read of this and tell me what you see. And often they go things like, geez, I actually just noticed that I've got good activity with this account, but what I've noticed is I'm not really getting a lot of settlements from the account versus I've had a lot of settlements over here from this account, but either haven't visited or called the customer, called the broker or whatever. So maybe I need to kind of redirect my attention to a opportunity account, and then the one that's kind of like, it could be one deal, but a lot of drama over the quarter. Is the opportunity there, or is it just a high maintenance account for low return on investment? That's where a CRM can be very helpful, because it identifies that for you, and you can kind of direct your time to go certain places. From a leadership perspective, how it works is, as your business grows, and particularly if you become part of an ASX listed business, you've got to validate what your team is telling you. So, for example, if your team say, look, I'm doing the activity that I've always done, but I'm not getting the outcome because there's some additional market competition or whatever it might be, that gives the opportunity to validate it, because you can actually run the reports and say, look, activity's there, but we're just not getting there. On the positive side, it can go the other way too, where you see, look, this individual's having some really good success. They're actually doing lower activity, but they're having a higher conversion. What's that individual doing? What type of account are they maintaining in the profile of that account? So it actually identifies good opportunities for you as well, and you can share things across to each other. From a leadership perspective, again, you need to validate what you're seeing in the markets, and the only way you're going to be able to validate it is if you've got data, and that's data across all aspects of your business. It's not just sales. So you need that recording going into the process. So what I would suggest is, if you're in a sales role and you're worried about logging your activity, I'd ask myself the following questions. One, am I doing my job? Because if you're doing your job, there's no issue. The other second one is, what would your expectation be if you were the employer of this business and you're paying in excess of probably a six-figure income? Would you want your activity, the sales team's activity, recorded? Well, of course you would, because it's your highest expense to your business. So you want to see some transparency there, as you do want to see transparency in your credit teams and your operation teams on SLAs and things like that. You need to have that transparency. So the last one is, how is this going to help me? And if you're not sure on how it can help you, then reach out to me. So I'm here to help you and close that gap. But I would say, completely drop the paranoia of that it's for a negative purpose, because it's not. Once you start using the CRM effectively, it becomes your best friend. And that's probably my summary on it. I kind of don't want to go on and on about it, but it's probably one of the most controversial topics I have encountered leading sales teams myself, and also being a salesperson myself. And I've never really had a problem with it, because I've always had the mindset of, I will do to the best of my ability, and if that best is not good enough, well, maybe the company's not right for me, because I want to be a high achiever in what I do, and that's it. But it's not going to be used like that as far as that goes. Can it be used to performance manage? 100%, and so it should be. If you've got employees on six-figure incomes plus, and it's not delivering due to poor performance or poor behaviours, damn right it should be used as a performance management. However, the people that are watching this video right now aren't those type of people, so I'd be actually saying, dismiss that from your mind, use it as a tool. It's a positive thing. If you've got concerns about it, talk to your leader about it. If you've got concerns about it, talk to me about it. I'm here to help you go from there. If you're not too sure on the certain technical aspects of it, and linking your mail and phones, if you want to link your phone, you can do that. I use HubSpot now for my own business, so I'm happy to kind of share that with you as well. Hopefully this was helpful, and feel free to reach out to me. Talk soon, guys. I'll talk soon when I stop sharing. There we go.